loading snacks.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage. That's the homie Jokes.
Yo, yo.
That there is Sin.
Yes, sir.
Look who's back on the couch.
Hey!
Hey, listen, shout out to Queen, who couldn't be here and was very upset.
Yeah.
Was very upset. Walked up to me today and was like, And that's like,
That was just it right there.
I'm like, what? She was like, I'm gonna miss recording. Like, it's cool. That happens.
It does.
You know what I
From
mean?
time to time, yeah.
That's part of this.
We're gonna hold it down though.
No doubt. No doubt. So this is Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And today, let's talk about Extra-Life.
Hey.
Because that just happened.
It
sure did.
Are you guys recovered?
I think I'm good.
Almost.
there.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
Things are going on.
Yeah.
Other regular life things are going on.
Yeah. Facts.
Because they have to.
Mm-hmm.
As it is.
So, at this point, you guys should have heard us talk about Extra-Life. But
I think so.
But you gotta always, one of the things we want to consistently do is bring in new watchers, new listeners, and viewers and so forth. And so, for anybody who is not aware or doesn't know, Extra-Life is a non-profit organization that accepts donations as people stream video games. And the donations go to benefit Children's Miracle Network hospitals
Great cause.
in your local area. So regardless of whether you choose a specific hospital in your area or not, that's a Children's Miracle Network hospital, which you can do. And all of us did choose hospitals specifically to represent the money that you raise, the donations that come to you, do stay local.
Yeah.
And so that, again, is another awesome thing. So now, there are a couple of things that I want to talk about before we get into how much money we raised and how we did and how long we streamed for and all that. Is I want to start by addressing an issue that we had during Extra-Life, which was that somebody, who we don't know who it is, thought it would be a good idea to do a DDoS attack on the Extra-Life website during the main day. Technically, you can stream and accept donations for Extra-Life really anytime.
All year, pretty much.
But they do this one major event at the same time every year, specifically because usually what people do for that event is they stream video games for 24 hours. In our case, we chose to do 25. I'm torturous. But the reason why they picked that date is because it's daylight savings. And so time goes back an hour, allowing you to stream for 24 hours, but technically gain an extra hour and therefore be able to get some additional sleep. We're stupid and we didn't do that. We just decided to stream for 25 hours.
Just push through.
But somebody thought it was a good idea to attack them on that day. It's not the first time that it's happened.
Trifling.
But it is a very trifling
Straight up.
and disgusting thing to do on a day where people are doing something that is so positive and so helpful. And to have people that are reaching out to us, and I'm sure to all kinds of other people who are streaming that day, and saying, hey, I'm trying to donate, but I can't get to the website and so forth, is, it's disheartening.
It is.
When you're trying to do something to help raise money for kids. So what I want to do is, outside of condemning the fact that happened, and that, obviously there are people out there who think that something like that is an okay thing to do for whatever reason.
That's just...
But I do want to take a moment to say to anyone who was trying to donate and was unable to do so, or had issues doing so, or whatever, to please go back and still make that donation if you wanted to. Whether you were attempting to donate to us or there was somebody else or whatever, please understand that it is a very good cause. And I know that there are a lot of people who are attempting to make donations who did not know that the reason why things were going the way they were was because somebody decided to do something heinous and attack them at that time. And so I don't want anybody to feel like there's something shady or crazy or something going on with the website because they've never heard of Extra-Life or they don't know what it is or anything like that. I just kind of want to clear the air and make sure that people are aware that it is safe to donate
Absolutely.
And
100%.
you if you wanted to, or if you were attempting to and were unable to, and you still, have it in your heart to do so, please do so.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because you can absolutely still go to extralife.org and make a donation to the team of your choice. So
Beautiful
do that.
cause.
Now, let's talk about the day.
Whew.
How you guys feel like it went?
I think it went pretty good.
I think it went well. Like, for some reason, for me, it was the fastest it ever went, for some reason, to me.
Hey, I'm happy to say I made it all 25 hours.
Hey, salute
listen,
my brother. Salute.
Listen, my man, you're not getting no handshake for that, but I will dap you up.
All 25 hours.
You did.
No, nodding out. We was in it.
Real talk. Did anybody bet against you? Was somebody supposed to like put money in the pot or donate for you making it?
I feel like you said something about that.
I'm just bringing. I'm just bringing it up just in case that might have been a thing. Congratulations,
It's called motivation, sir.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, and you didn't seem to really have any trouble
Nah, not at all.
with it. So I'm not sure what happened to you in years previous. I don't know if you just thought you was young.
I don't.
And you and still come through and you know what I mean and rock. But kudos to you.
Yeah.
On that note, kudos to everybody who attempted to stay up the whole time. Everybody who did.
Absolutely.
I have a list of people, but there are a couple names I want to shout out for sure. First and foremost is Click, because
Big shout out to Click.
Yeah.
Click is generally one of the first people to jump on. He has been a great supporter of all things Loading Snacks from very early on. So I want to send a shout out to him. I want to send a shout out to Baker, also one of the first people to sign up to join us. We had a lot of other now the two of them and Tino also joined us last year. So it was great to have them back and on the team to run and play games with. And again, doing something like this, especially when we're not able to all be together, it is very helpful to have other people there to kind of just, let's jump in and let's play and let's have a good time. But we had a lot of new people.
Yes.
So we had Queen for the first time doing something like this, which is a little crazy. She didn't quite make it the full 25 hours, but she
was close.
She hit like 23, almost.
She was almost there.
She was almost
there. It was
there.
really close. Killer jumped in with us for a little while. Also joined the team. Some money came in on his end, so that was also awesome. For him to be out in like Ohio, play for a hospital that's near him. Again, super dope. Proud to have him, as a member of the team.
Oh yeah.
I want to thank Dom.
Yes.
Dom jumped in, played some games with us. Who is from here, but is out in West Virginia right now. That's where he lives, and so that means that again, those funds go to a hospital.
That's one of the great things just about gaming, how we can all be so far apart and still be so connected at the same time.
Just that online thing.
That internet.
That intranet. You know what I mean? You're absolutely right. Did you guys have any let me do this before I move on. So my youngest daughter, who is 10, who, if you are a long-time viewer of Loading Snacks Things, you have seen her, but it's been a long time. And she was very little the last time she was on, and she's been begging.
To get back in?
Oh, for sure. Oh, are you kidding me? It's all she wants in the world.
What does she want to do?
She don't care.
She don't care. She don't do anything.
I'm sure she has ideas of what she wants to do, but it's just like, she just wants to.
Gotcha.
Her friends watch us. They subscribe, like it's a thing. You know what I mean? Or whatever. It's cool. Some of them have shirts. Like, it's. But she knows that we've done this before. Usually, she's not with us when we do this.
Right.
Because we're in and we're good.
Yeah.
But this year, she really wanted to be a part of it. She felt like maybe she could do a whole 24 hours.
Really?
She did like a solid 13.
She did.
Or more. And then, around like 11, 12 o'clock, she was like, I'm
done.
Cool. Go to sleep. But she got back up at like 4 in the morning.
She did.
And rocked for like another 4 hours. Now, she wasn't playing during those other 4 hours, but she sat right there.
Oh, yeah, we watching
right
there. Yeah.
And she did receive donations.
She did.
And so I think that's awesome. So I do want to make sure I shout her out and just say thank you. I don't want to leave her off of that list at all, because I do think that at 10 years old, to want to do something that you recognize is...
Absolutely.
Now, on that note, being 10 and wanting to kind of help do something that's for a great cause and whatever, We did have a little difficulty. Because there was a point at which I was close to a specific goal. So I put the word out. Here's the deal.
He said the best.
If I hit the goal, I'm going to shave the face.
And as you can tell. He hit that goal.
Just know.
Oh, no. He hit that goal out the block.
When folks heard that word.
Hey, he put out
when
that
the folks
signal.
heard that word.
Hey, listen.
Oh, when the gauge signal went up.
It got real.
It was a wrap.
It was like, hey, shave that
Hey,
joint.
I almost felt like they were shutting down the site.
They was probably trying to. My child was not happy. Neither one.
I was about to say.
The two that were here, neither of them were happy about it.
Not even a little bit.
We have an issue though, and I'm going to tell you what that is in a moment. But so my youngest got very upset when I went to shave, balled herself up in a corner, and cried. And when I say cried, I mean full on straight up cried. And when I say full on straight up cried, I mean like endgame cried.
I was about to say. Literally what I was about to say.
Like
You share your face on the same place Iron Man died.
tears and snot. It's like Spider-Man turned to dust and just fell into the sink.
I don't feel so good.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was a real thing.
Okay.
And I did have to have a conversation with her. Just like, listen, it's kind of selfish of you to be that upset about me shaving my face, which it will grow back. Now, mind you, she's never seen me
Without
shaving. Ever. None of my children have ever seen me without facial hair.
Exclusive.
Ever. Okay?
Exclusive
Which also means that almost no one else.
I'm about to say, I don't think I've seen him without facial hair.
I mean, yes.
Not about the time that we started hanging out, it was there.
Like seriously.
Pictures and stuff like that from before that.
Yeah, nobody gets
Nah,
that.
that was exclusive.
And let me explain how it's not ever happening again
No, it's
until
not.
next Extra Life, maybe, but probably not. So I did have a conversation with her though about like, hey, listen, it's a little selfish to be that upset about me shaving when it's for such a good cause, right?
Absolutely.
There are kids who were sick. Like, imagine if you were sick, if you were one of those kids in the hospital, you know. And part of the reason why I play for children is because one of my children was in children's hospital.
Right.
And so it is an important thing to me, for me. And, you know, kind of helping her get that understanding. Like, she got over it relatively quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did.
However, my oldest, who was not happy, but thought it was hilarious, I also told her, I see your face?
I'm waiting for you to get there.
That if I made more than $1,000, I would let her Sharpie my facial hair back in. Now, at the time, I wasn't even close. Because we were only trying to hit like $400.
Right.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then it went to like $7. Currently, I'm personally at like $1,200.
My man said.
But here's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
By the time she sees me again, because she is back away at school, it'll be back in.
Yep.
I don't feel like I'm reneging. She may feel differently. We'll discuss that.
Maybe you can take a trip up to her school just so she can...
I could. But I'm busy.
I got things to do. I can't make it up there right now.
Busy. Tank's on empty.
Oh.
So listen. Any favorite games, favorite moments? Real talk. Shout out to Rob
I was
Caylor
good.
Yeah.
of Comic Logic in Virginia for jumping in and helping us with the raid.
Yeah. That was dope.
We're making good progress.
Which is why we threw our whole schedule off.
Yeah.
And second shout out to Queen,
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
who jumped directly into the raid with us.
Never played Destiny in her life.
Talking about with the starting equipment on. Jumped into the race.
750, jumped in.
And was handling it.
Literally, like, after we had gotten through technically the second piece of the raid, Rob was like, so now Queen.
Let me understand.
Have you ever played Destiny? And she was like, no. And he was like, wait. What? Oh, they just threw you in the whole deep end?
Straight in.
You know, sometimes that's the best way to learn. You can't swim if you don't jump in the deep end.
Hey, she was out there handling business.
She was handling business.
And here's what I think. Having a good time, too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you play Destiny, that
was definitely a moment.
And trying to tell people how to do like mechanics and all that stuff, they will have a rage quit fit
in a heartbeat. We run into it every year.
Literally being like, okay, so you understand you need to go mid-right, mid-left. Hey, listen, can I just say, I'm going to credit myself for a moment for turning that first part of the raid into a song.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Because
that had the potential to get confusing.
And it worked out. But she was like, oh yeah, I got it. Like, let me just, where you at? Let me make sure everybody knows where they need to go. Mm-hmm. He's showing her. She's like, all right, I got it. Straight up. Just got it. Like, yeah. It's a real thing.
Yeah, that's if she sticks with it, she'd be a problem in Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, big facts.
Such good progress until we got kicked out of the game.
Yep, that's really what happened.
Yeah.
That's really what happened.
Yeah, I think we would have ended up pushing through it.
I do think we would have pushed through it. But at that point, it was like, once we got kicked out, trying to get back into it was just like, you know what?
Like, we're already behind the schedule now.
Let's just go ahead and move on. Yeah. But that was real fun. I mean, for our first time, all of us, I would say, together with this particular group and trying to do the raid, because that's always an issue when you try to do the raid with folks. It's like, never played with you before, but let's get in here and do this.
No, it was clean.
It was great. I think we had a good time. Grand Theft Auto was a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about Rainbow Six for a second. Why you giggling so hard?
Because I was enjoying Rainbow Six.
You were having a good time.
I was enjoying Rainbow Six.
I've been trying to get you to get on. I'm just saying, it's a thing. It's a thing. Terrorist hunt, bruh. We was in there.
No, we was cleaning.
Ooh, we was cleaning clocks.
Oh, we was.
We was cleaning clocks, bruh. We had a pretty good time in Breakpoint.
Oh, we did. Hey, that home stretch, I ain't gonna lie, River City Girls was right on point. In the home stretch, River City Girls was on point.
Having a good old time with that joint, bruh.
That joint was right on point. That joint gave me a nice boost of energy.
Music rocking.
Oh, the beats was fire.
They got beats.
Then about they just whooping dudes.
I was watching my shit a little bit. I was playing Outer Worlds and I was hearing. I was kind of like,
okay, this joint kind of cranking. Yeah, that's River City Girls. It's a thing, bruh.
It is
definitely a thing. Look again. I'm not gonna hold too much longer on it. I want to thank everybody for participating. I want to thank everybody who donated. Again, it means a lot for sure. I'm ready to go again for next year.
Yeah.
Really, really ready to go again for next year. I'm excited about next year already.
Yeah.
Partially because there is a slim possibility we will have new systems to play when it comes around.
Straight up.
Totally could be a thing.
Very, very true.
Totally could be a thing.
Very true.
So that makes me even a little more eager to see what kind of games we can have set up and what kind of schedule we can get on. I want to thank people for taking time off work to do this. And again, people for tuning in, watching the stream.
Yeah.
Paying attention to our videos on Facebook and so forth. And we were really out there trying to get the donations and stuff like that because, again, small sacrifice. The time, the tiredness, whatever. We had a good time. We had good food.
All worth it.
We had good snacks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
like I said, Edie kicked in with us for, it was just overall good vibes. Just
no
overall
doubt.
good vibes.
No doubt. I love it. So, let's get into cutscenes. Take a quick break. Come back and do cutscenes. snacks. Welcome back. It's time for cutscenes, which is
the best part of the game.
No doubt. No doubt. There's a few games that hit we need to talk about. We've been playing a little bit.
Yeah.
Before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about Death Stranding.
Okay.
Reviews. Now, as of recording, technically Death Stranding is not available to the general public.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have it yet. We haven't played it yet. Nope. But I want to talk about some of what we've been seeing review-wise, where we're landing, what we're thinking, how we're feeling. Have you guys seen, heard, talked about reviews and so forth?
Mm-hmm. Kind of, seeing this. It's not necessarily getting the absolute best, but it's not getting, the worst of worst ratings on it. It's just average. Okay.
Average. Does it seem like average is enough for what this game, for what I feel like the expectation might have been for what this game is?
Possibly, because we never knew what the hell we were going to get into with this game.
I think the name behind it is that you're expecting 10s across the board.
Kojima.
I think what we're seeing is it's the gamble you take when you do a game like this and nobody knows what kind of game it is. You're trying to keep everything so secret. And by not giving any people any information as to what type of game this is, when they get it, they're expecting more so from your last work, which is Metal Gear, and it's not that. And now,
but the game everybody's
and everybody's confused about what it, what it is, and they're expecting one thing and they're not getting that. And then some people are liking exactly what they got, and it's just all over the place. I mean, it's just a gamble you take when you don't want to give anybody information. You just want people to just have the project and experience it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just what comes with the territory. We're doing something like this.
I mean, I would certainly agree, to an extent. I think that there's a lot of pressure put on somebody like Kojima's shoulders.
Yep. True. Agree.
True.
To put out a product that is not necessarily expected to be Metal Gear, but is expected to do
what Metal Gear did.
Right? Which is, look, I am firmly in the camp and have been for a very long time that while I respect what Kojima does with Metal Gear, that's all he does is Metal Gear. And so I've been honestly skeptical from day one. Mm-hmm. Because while there are games out there from years past like Police Nauts or, like Zona, and it's like, there's other stuff that's out there, but none of it comes close to matching the actual acclaim that Metal Gear has.
True. Right.
Even from the sheer following, like the niche following that, let's keep it a buck. Metal Gear games are fun to play. The story is more or less garbage. And when I say that, it's not actually garbage, but it's so convoluted.
I'm about to say, that's it. That's its fault. It's very confusing and convoluted.
It's so convoluted.
Yeah.
That it's actually difficult for a casual player to just follow. So even casual players who like Metal Gear probably can't tell you what's going on at all anyway. They just know they got the dude with the gun, and they, you know what I mean? Like, you can shoot people and put them to sleep. Like, they know about the technical aspects of the game, the things that set it apart from other
and all the cool characters,
third-person shooters and stuff like that. But you gotta really be in that wheelhouse. You gotta be like, I am a Metal Gear fan, and I know what's going on. Like, can you tell me the difference between all the bosses? And when I say the bosses, I don't mean the boss fights.
No, boss fights.
I mean
big
boss. All the snakes, the liquids, the solids. There's another snake. There's a putrid snake. I don't know. It's a bunch of snakes. It's a bunch of clones. There's a bunch of, the timeline is this one takes place before this.
I'll keep it a buck. As much as I do enjoy playing the Metal Gears and I'm into them, I don't.
The story really got, like, my favorite one it was Metal Gear Solid 2, but it was like going from 2 to 3 Snake Eater. Mm-hmm. That story just like
Snake Eater takes place before everything else.
Right.
And 3 was my favorite one. But yeah, same thing. That jump like, okay, this ain't the same dude I was playing that, but he looks the same.
Took the mask off.
Hey,
okay, like whatever.
Let's run with it.
Yeah, let's go.
Facts on facts. Let me just disclose, I didn't like the third Metal Gear at all.
Okay.
I was like one of the only people who people were like, oh man, you can, like, how you got like the Predator, like stealth, like, nah, bruh.
That wasn't
Y'all don't.
that.
Metal Gear
Y'all-
Solid 2.
2 is clean.
2.
But for real, the first
First?
Metal Gear
No.
Solid is clean.
2 was my least favorite.
Oh.
Why? Because you don't like riding.
Nah, it was cool. Just for some reason, I don't know. 2 just
2 was amazing on the PlayStation 2.
Yep.
Like for what it did, what it looked like, the way it was shot was so cinematic. Like it really set the precedent for everything else that came behind it. Like Metal Gear Solid, even when they re-released it, and did Twin Snakes, put the joint like on the GameCube and all that, like was a clean remake. The appreciation that I had for those early tactics of like, oh snap, like I'm leaving footprints, they can see my footprints, they follow my footprints, stuff like that. Using them to lead people, going through, knocking on the wall, all that kind of stuff, right? 2, giving you the option to go into like that true side, like first person perspective, you know what I mean, for aiming and shooting people and hitting people in the back of the head and putting them to sleep and all that kind of stuff. Like it just took it did a great job of taking it to the next level.
it did.
But that story, what?
Probably why it's my least favorite one.
I mean,
Because as difficult as they are all to follow, that joint was just the most difficult to me for whatever reason to follow.
I dig that. I mean, that's cool. Not that it matters. But anyway, this game, I feel like, as far as Death Stranding is concerned, I think everybody who is a fan of Kojima's work was expecting a convoluted and crazy story, which is all you
Which
really
is what
got
we
from
got.
all of the trailers,
That's what I'm fully expecting going in.
which is cool. I think from a cinematic standpoint, you know, a lot of people are talking about it being art, being a work of art, and that games can be art. And I feel like some people are scoring it like it's art, or scoring it based on the appreciation for what it attempts to do. Some people do really like a lot of the gameplay loops that are there, but what the game is or appears to be, in a nutshell, is you are Kevin Costner in The Postman. You are delivering packages, and that the real gameplay of the game is crossing the terrain. It's not necessarily the fights you get into, or not that they're not there,
Right.
but it is like literally the controls that you have to use to try to navigate the terrain and
Right.
figure out the best way to go, and building things and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I don't know if it is. I know I'm not interested. I was out a long time ago though. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to see it. And if it had come out and people were like, "This joint
Was the
is,"
fire.
then I'd have been like, "Okay,
Like, you
gotta
got
do it."
Let's do it.
But where I'm at now is what I'm hearing with the mixed bag. I mean, there are a couple 10s out there. There are joints as low as like 6.8, 6.5. But let's average it out at like 7, 8. You know what I mean? Which doesn't make it bad at all.
No, it doesn't.
Right?
That still categorized as good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe even a little bit better than good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? However, that's not enough for me to plunk down the kind of money that they want for this game, because I don't think it has the things. There's so much other stuff to play. That in a year like this, now, if this was like, I don't know, March, and there was nothing else going on, then we might actually be talking about something different. But like, I would rather play Outer Worlds than jump into this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's where I am. And there's other stuff that I'm having, even though like Breakpoint is getting a lot of heat. Like a lot of people are not happy about it. Like, I'm having a good time playing it.
I'm having a blast with it.
And I don't necessarily want to pull myself away from that to play Death Stranding.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and when I'm looking at Game Pass and what I don't have to pay for versus what I have to pay for with what's coming, when I think about those things that are still coming down the line, like Star Wars, I am much more interested in plunking my money down to give Star Wars a shot than I am to plunk my money down to play Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Still, I'm gonna wait and see what the reviews look like for Star Wars. That's just facts.
probably will definitely jump into Star Wars.
Hey, listen.
I'm most likely going to be just
Star Wars for me. My next two, Star Wars, and I'm gonna be in Pokemon straight up.
Yeah, no doubt. They come out the same day.
Same day. Yeah, it's a problem for me.
I don't know what you finna do.
I don't know either.
Well, I'm gonna spend this weekend playing Death Stranding wholeheartedly as much as I can, so I can come back next week and talk about it, and then
Which is cool.
move on to Star Wars when that comes out.
On that note of other things, let's talk about Outer Worlds. Did you play it all?
Play a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. You played during Extra Life. You played some during Extra Life. You got a chance to dig in a little bit. So did I. Nowhere near as much as I would like to.
Agreed.
I've been very busy.
Agreed.
And I've been very distracted by other things that I'm already playing. Things keep happening. Like, it's weird that in 2019, when there's new games to play that are solo games, and I love playing, I take a little time, sit back, play a game, all by my lonesome and kind of get into my groove.
Right.
That, like, my feed on Instagram will show me something from Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to jump in that joint. I need to spin that wheel. I need to go get this money. I need to whatever. And it's like,
but I need to be playing other stuff.
damn you, Rockstar. Outer Worlds, what do you think?
Right now, I'm neutral with it.
Okay.
Like, I'm not loving it. I'm not hating it. Like, it does feel very Fallout to me, but I get it. It came from the original creators of Fallout.
Sure.
But right now, I'm just playing, kind of going through the motions. Nothing has grabbed me yet.
Yeah.
Same.
But I'm still intrigued enough just to keep going, just see where it ends up at. So
Yeah.
that's kind of, I'm in the middle with it right now.
Saying like it's beginning kind of slow, so you're kind of picking up on learning things. I do like the fact like how deep you can like advance your character in certain areas depending on whether it's like your medical skills, your engineering skills, different things. Like, so there's a lot of detail in the way that you can develop your character, and I'm seeing as though further down the road with your character I can see where the payoff can possibly come from.
Sure. Okay.
Especially when depending on if you're telling the truth to certain characters, if you're lying to certain characters, that particular trait of yours is going to become a lot stronger.
Did you build your character so that you had like specific, like, I almost always, given the opportunity, build a character that just kind of has the charisma, the jive, like just smooth talk.
That's where I went to.
So we all did that. Okay.
That's a normal thing for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't normally build like even if I'm playing like a Diablo, which Diablo 4 was announced. We may or may not get to that. Overwatch 2, we're gonna have to talk about that probably next week because I have some things about that. Diablo.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
But even in a game like that, I normally I don't pick like the warrior, the barbarian, the whatever. I just like always pick somebody that
Magic based.
I usually like magic based characters. This is not a game that really does that.
That's right.
So I need to be able to handle my own, but I need to be able to put that butter on it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And I've been throwing the butter. Straight up. I just been talking like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'm lying, like I don't even care. Like, sometimes I'm lying, I'll be like, you know what? That's a good lie. I'm gonna use that one right there.
I think I lied right off the break. Like, as soon as you start, you get like ads like maybe like 2 minutes. And I'm just like,
You talking to that first dude?
yeah, I kind of was like,
Hey, Chris, come on, that gunplay.
straight up.
Go ahead, let me get that. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. You know what I mean? That's cool because you could just kill Slim.
You could.
Yeah.
You can kill anybody though. That's what I like about this joint. Is that for real, when somebody's like, I kind of need you to go, how about if you go and talk to so-and-so? But you don't have to do that.
Like,
I can just kill you.
Slim. Kill you.
You know what I'm saying?
Story.
Like, I can just bust you right now. And like that first moment, like after you come out of like the little cave, and you run into the people or whatever, like you get into a couple fights with some marauders or whatever, you run into the first people, and it's like one of them's like the officer or whatever. They're so like, what'd you do?
What was it? Because when you meet the first dude, you can heal him. You can like heal him up, and he tells you, hey, I'm not supposed to talk to no one outside, do whatever. And you tell her, I ran into your friend, but nah, I ain't heal him. He's a scrub or whatnot ever.
Oh, that's what you told her?
Kept him safe. I was like, I didn't snitch on him.
Hey, I straight up told her, like, cause I'm that guy. You need to understand who I am. Oh, I took care of your little weak ass man. I took care of your man. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. And she was like, oh, you shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, she's straight.
Nobody's allowed to da-da-da, whatever. What you gonna do? That's how I feel. You understand what I'm saying? So then she said something else, and I'm like, hey, but for real, you a sucker. Should just go deal with these marauders. Like, what's up?
Straight up.
And she was like, you know what?
Let's
You right.
do that.
Let's go holler at these marauders. And I was like, yeah, we about to get into it. And so, like, even though, like, I'm still early, like, I feel like y'all feel I'm a little neutral, but it's like stuff like that. I'm like, I just got these joints in a fight. I can just let them go get killed. I don't know if they're gonna win this fight or not. So I'm like, it's cool. I'm gonna jump out here with them. You know what I mean? I'm shooting whatever. We get there and then she starts talking about needing to write a ticket for the ship. And so, but she's like, I need to, whatever. I'm like, cool. I ain't even thinking about you. And so I walk up to the ship, and I don't know whose ship this is. I just walked in the joint.
Straight up? Yeah.
I just walked in the ship, and I'm in the ship, and the AI is like, hey, don't go in there. You're not supposed to go in there. You are unauthorized. Hey, marauder. And I'm thinking, ain't no marauder. Who's this young talking to? Hey, marauder, you're not authorized to touch that. You're not authorized to go in this room. I'm just going in rooms. I don't care. Every time I walk in the room, you are not authorized to be in this room. Whatever. Then I found the AI. Started rapping to Slim. I'm lying to the AI. Smooth talking the computer, bruh. I'm in here like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So Slim like, she like, I can only authorize for Captain so-and-so, Captain Hawthorne.
I am Captain
I'm like,
Hawthorne.
But I'm Captain Hawthorne. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying?
I did do that, Joey.
Now, mind you,
I hit it with it's about proxy, yada yada that.
Right, all
I am John.
Yeah,
you're right. I was like,
I was looking for Slim. And I could tell her like, oh, I just like crash landed on Slim. Slim dead.
Yeah, he dead.
Now, I
know that he was dead. I did too.
I'm like, Slim dead. She like, well, okay, but I can really only take orders from. So you might have to be him. Oh, well, I'm him.
I'm him.
Yeah.
That's me. Dog. You know what I mean? But then I walked out of the ship, and Slim outside writing tickets was like,
oh, I'm about to find you for the.
This your ship? Because you sure walked in there like it was your ship. And I was like, man, this ain't my ship.
I told her I was the inspector.
I was the inspector. Man, what you talking about, Slim? I'm the inspector. Oh, I didn't know an inspector was coming. I'm sorry, Slim. Man, you better be sorry. I get on out of here, Joe.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
It's John like starting to get me like.
Okay.
Straight up, yeah. Listen, let's talk about AfterParty.
Yeah.
You played AfterParty at all?
I haven't played AfterParty yet.
No, I love AfterParty.
Hey, bro!
I love AfterParty. Hey, no. When I was playing them last night, so we can talk about it. I did not want to cut AfterParty off to switch over.
Don't smooth. All right, wait. How far you get?
I played beer pong and then I cut it off after
okay.
switch over.
That's what I did. What I did. I just went that far and we just need to talk about
beer pong.
Okay, I'm interested.
Listen, dog. Listen. I started getting them first sets of drinks. The whole series of like. So first of all, okay. So this game, the dialogue options in this game are phenomenal.
It's dope.
And this team is a team that's known for that, but the intricacies between, like when it lets you switch between the two characters, the kind of dialogue that they have, like kind of getting that back and forth of like, I feel like he's like timid and whatever. Yeah. She kind of got like a little bit of attitude, some sass on her. Like, I don't know, like I feel like maybe she getting a little tired of Slim being around or, whatever. But it's like you got this whole thing of like, you got this party. You just graduated from college. You know what I mean? Y'all about to go off and you talking to all these people and you don't really like anybody at the party.
Right. You really just trying to get out of there.
You know what I'm saying? For the most part. But then you find out the whole thing is fake. You're not even at a party. It's just some demons messing with you because you dead already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you like, hold up. And like, nah, Slim, you dead. So what you need to do, you need to go down the street, you need to check in.
You need to go to processing.
Yeah, you need to go get processed. You're like, but wait a minute. I don't understand. Like, how we die? Listen, you need to go to processing. Don't ask me. It's like, these benefits working.
The dialogue with the demons and everything be so great, dog. It be so hilarious.
And they fire.
It be on point.
Hey, bruh. You get that, and it's like, the whole thing of the game is like, yes, you're dead. You're in hell. You don't know how you died. You don't know why you're dead. You don't know why you're in hell. Even like there's that moment where like one of the people that's ahead of you getting processed or whatever, and they tell them like whatever it is that they did that got them
them
to
jokes
hell,
were hilarious.
it's like they cut in line in front of somebody at the grocery store or something like that, and that's why Slim is in hell. And then they telling them like
what their punishment's gonna be down there.
Slim!
Them jokes was terrible.
So it's like your punishment is like your job.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you work 9 to 5. You got a 9 to 5 job, and your job is to just get your punishment. So it might be you're gonna cry sand, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. They're just saying like crazy stuff like that or whatever. And right as they about to tell you what your punishment is, the dude who processes you and gives you your punishment is like, nah, I'm off.
Yeah, I'm off the clock.
I'm off, dog.
You gotta come back
and they're
tomorrow.
like, well, can't you just? I mean, come on, man. Can't you just tell us what it's gonna be like? Can you tell me, bruh?
Yeah,
I'm off,
the
bruh.
clock, Slim. You gotta come back tomorrow.
Go find something
Just
to
go
do,
walk around the
dog.
city or something like, who
Yeah,
cares? Just come back.
You ain't got nothing to do with me now, dog. I'm off. I see you at 9. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like, dog, that joint is tough, bruh.
That joint is so
That
good
joint
right
is
now.
tough when you answering questions about like what kind of person you are and all that when they assign you your own demon or whatever.
I was wondering if there's a possibility of getting different demons.
I know that I think the demon is always the same character, like it's the same name. Now, how they treat you and what dialogue options you get, I don't know, but it's always the same demon, technically, that gets assigned to you or whatever.
Okay. I was wondering
But,
no, that joint is fun and entertaining.
bruh, you end up at this party. You end up going to this bar, talking to this lady, you know, she like a cab driver. She's like, oh yeah, you just rock with me or whatever. We gonna go in here.
Yeah.
They get in to go upstairs to this dude party. They're like, yeah, you should probably come up to this joint. You know what I'm saying? They go upstairs. It's like VIP. It's a dude blocking the door, and they just like, they try to go up, and they like, nah, Slim, you not on the list.
Straight up.
And she like,
Yeah, our folks just went up there.
Our folks just went up there, and they were like, yeah, she was on the list.
You're not.
She like, but you don't even know my name. How you know I'm not on the list? Slim, because you're not on the list, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so then Slim, whose party it is, comes downstairs, goes to the bar. They're like, all right, let's go over there and try to see if we can get into the joint. Let's go talk to Slim. She go to the bar or whatever. Y'all getting drinks. He ordering stuff, having a little chit chat with the bartender or whatever. Bartender like, I got you. I'm gonna give you a little something. It's your birthday or whatever. Happy hell day, whatever it is. You over there trying to rap with him. And that's kind of like they're teaching you the mechanics of the game, which is like there are different drinks you can order, and different drinks give you different dialogue options. So like there's joints that make you more aggressive, there are joints that make you like flirt, there are joints that make you know whatever, and depending on what you drink, like I made the mistake the first go round of having him drink the flirty drink.
Oh, okay.
But then when we went to play beer pong against Slim, he wasn't the one playing beer pong, she was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, alright, hold on, let me go back, get a different drink, come back, play Slim and beer pong.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like when you take a drink, so you have dialogue options that pop up. You pick between the buttons what you want to say. Like they'll say stuff to you. You have your options or whatever. But when you drink, like a third option shows up.
Pops up.
And so that option is something like
determine on what kind of drink you had.
And it could be something flirty, or it might be something aggressive, or it might be whatever. But either way, it's a joy you can use to kind of throw them off their game while they trying to play beer pong or whatever. Hey dog, that joint is clean, dog.
I picked the yellow joint. Can't remember what it was. I know the drink was called the Pair of Anguish, and it did something like I can't think of the name of it, but gave you like more confidence or something like that. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, she was talking trash.
Talking that big garbage. Yeah. Like
I was loving it.
It's tough, you know. Like, yeah, I definitely look. If you like, AfterParty it's in Game Pass.
Yep.
Just download that.
I think I'm definitely gonna run through that whole joint.
Oh, no doubt. Because it only takes. I've been looking into it. It only takes like a few hours to do it, and it's not even necessarily worth a second playthrough. Though you can get a completely different ending. Not a whole lot changes based on your changes or whatever in the game, but like basically the reviews and stuff that I read was like, once you play through it and you get your ending, it may not be worth playing through it again, but it's worth going on YouTube and looking at the different endings or something like that. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So, yeah, I'm definitely digging that joint.
I really mess with that joint.
Anything else y'all want to talk about? Any other games y'all are playing? Something's on the radar?
Actually, I do. I want to bring up the new Fairy Tail game coming out. They released trailers, and we got some actual gameplay footage of it like 2 weeks ago or so. I know me and you have been talking about our anime video games, how when they come out, it's just
the first one always ends up being...
It's the same game over and over
Reskinned.
and over, and I'm frustrated with it probably because I'm so passionate about these things.
I feel you.
But Fairy Tail was doing something different, which I salute them on. They're doing it's a JRPG. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, okay.
It's a JRPG, and it takes place. It's the Tenro Island arc, the Magic Games arc, and the Tartarus arc, which is the last of
them
before it split off into the final season of Fairy Tail. So it takes place after that 7-year gap, and in the game you're supposed to be rebuilding Fairy Tail, like kind of like what they were trying to do in the show.
So I gotta finish catching up. Cool.
So like, okay, cool. That seems like a good starting point for it, and the video that they showed of it, all the gameplay looks really, really good, and it seems like they're going in the right direction. There are little nitpicks that I have with it, but it's still in early development, so let that slide.
When is it supposed to drop?
Next year. It said 2020.
Just 2020.
No specific date.
Just 2020. Okay. So I'm cool.
So
with
that. Are we thinking current gen, or you think it's going to end up next gen, or cross gen joint?
At the most cross, but it'll definitely be on.
Because I know they're not gonna want to drop that jump early. Because I know they don't want. Because it is Bandai Namco doing that as well too, or is that somebody else?
I want to say yeah, but don't quote me on that right now.
Because if it is them, I know they don't want that in the way of Kakarot when that drops in
it's gonna be way. It's gonna be way. Like I said, it's still in early development. Cool. Looks good. 10 members of Fairy Tail will be able to join your team.
Okay.
So in the video they showed, of course, Natsu, Urza, Gray, Lucy, and Wendy.
Okay.
They did say that Gaijil and Juvia will be playable. I'm guessing it'll probably Laxus will be one of the other ones.
Okay.
I'm thinking about who the other two will be, but that's kind of cool. You'll be able to switch anybody out and make whatever team you want to be like your Fairy Tail team.
Your main squad.
Yep. It looks like you could run around all of you eventually be able to get into the old guild because you got the busted guild starting off or whatever. You get to run around the whole city and like see that, actually explore the city now and all that kind of stuff. They're going in the right direction, which I think is very, very smart for Fairy Tail, which I'm excited about. I think it's a great direction to do with that show, doing an RPG
and doing a decent game for
it. Yeah, and I think if they do it well and they do it smart, in a follow-up, they can go ahead and do the final season of Fairy Tail for a follow-up. And if they're really smart, I would do a 100-year arc after that, because that's what everybody wants next from Fairy Tail. They want him to do the 100-year arc, because that's something that we've never seen, but they talk about here out through Fairy Tail. So I think doing that in the game instead of like an anime
probably a good
or a manga would be phenomenal. Like people would buy units, PlayStations.
Just to get that story.
Yes, just to finally be able to see, play, and experience a 100-year quest. You know what I mean? I think that would be dope. But I like the approach they're taking with it. It looks dope. I'm really, really anticipating that next year. As long as it stays on the path that it's going, it'll be a good one for anime lovers out there, especially fans of the franchise. Yeah,
I dig it.
Check it out.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I dig it. I dig that.
Other than that, that's all I got.
Jokes?
I mean, if you're going to stick on top, like, Kakarot has actually been making me feel a little bit better for seeing some of the previews. Like, there's none but so many times you can rehash Dragon Ball Z and tell the story.
Tell that to them.
I know. I know. But I'm really looking forward to Kakarot. And it's not per se mostly for the main parts of the game. A lot of the side missions and things that you can do, like how they show Gohan when he's in high school, you know, he had when he was learning how to play baseball for the first time, they have like the baseball mini game. You can actually fight. It reminds me of Sagas. You remember that? It came out on the PS2.
Okay.
But Sagas was just bad. Like, it was just bad.
It reminds you of Sagas, but Sagas was just bad.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's a good thing.
I guess the way I should say it, because of the fact, you know, you have that more of that free roam access. So like, they show where Vegeta, when he was looking for Majin Buu to fight him to do the, you know, the big explosion. So they showed you him kind of traveling, looking the world, finding different things while looking for Majin Buu. The world itself looks huge. Like, it seems like you can try, like, you know how in, which one was that? I want to say Tenkaichi 3 or whatever the switch off from that was. But yeah, you know how like you can go like to the Kami house, you could go to like the Watchtower, like all that type of stuff. So it seems like you can do that, but it's expanded out more. So it's not like, oh hey, here's Comedy House, and then here's the Lookout. Like they're not like right next to each other. Like you have to actually fly and take that time to actually travel and get there for it. I do like though the cutscenes. You know, it doesn't seem like they've like halved them. Like it's actually going to get like some of those major scenes from the show actually played out again, which I do like. Okay. We really haven't seen that since like honestly the original Dragon Ball Z game that came out for the PS2. So it's like if you're going to retell the story and then give us some of those awesome scenes, like I'm really looking forward to it. But Kakarot it's different than Fighters, it's different than Xenoverse, so I'm feeling the mill.
I love Xenoverse. I'm definitely looking forward to Kakarot.
I put money on it. You disappointed with that joint?
We'll find out. I'm getting the collector's edition too, so I guess it's going to be the statue that's really going to be the.
Now they release some type of collector's edition of Fairy Tail. I will be getting that.
I think that.
That is a fact.
Cool.
That will be a disc. I will
think that. We are coming up on the end of the year very quickly, so gonna have to start really putting together our game of the year.
Jeez, we're at that point again.
We are definitely at that point. So look for that coming in the next couple of weeks. That will probably be a separate cutscene show all to itself because it's gonna need to be. That will probably follow, let's say, whatever show we do after we do the one about Star Wars Episode 9. It's more than likely what we're looking at. So we're a few weeks out from that.
Yeah.
Listen, we have a couple things that are coming up. The big thing right now is going to be Ocean City Comic Con.
Yes.
So we will be at Ocean City Comic Con December 14th. We will be there all day. We have a panel of our own. Yes. That panel is at 12 o'clock. So from 12 to 1. We are deciding. We are making the official, definitive Ocean City Comic Con top 10 MCU films list. You are going to help us do that.
Yes, you are.
If you are there, rules and regulations will be shared shortly.
Yes.
It'll be a good time.
It'll be a good time.
It's going to be a good time.
Man, oh man, it's going to be some hurt people.
Yeah. But you know, whatever, it's going to be, it's going to be a good time. So, please look forward to that. If you're coming out to Ocean City Comic Con, please feel free to shout us out. If you see us there, please feel free to say what's up to us. Please absolutely come to the panel and have some fun with us there. We will be traveling. We will be doing snack bites with people.
Of course.
Out on
That's
the floor.
what we do.
What we usually do.
Making things happen.
Yeah.
And you probably find us at karaoke at some point. Because we do that
Pretty
too.
much, yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're definitely looking forward to that. With that, we need to close the show out. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters. Anybody who's not supporting us on Patreon, if you would like to see more of what we do, see some behind the scenes stuff, a couple of extra things that only make it to Patreon, please do that. With that, we're out. Toodles and Loos. What it do, snackers and snackettes? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform of choice. Appreciate you.